Okay, so we're gonna graph this. So as a reminder, 2 is our midline. So if I dash this in, I'm gonna put a midline at 2, and then our amplitude is 2. So I'm gonna go up 2 and down 2. And our b value is 1, so our period, which is 2 pi over b, is 2 pi over 1, so that's 2 pi. Okay, so sine starts in the middle, high, middle, low, middle. And then you could go backwards as well. So -3 cosine. Midline is 0 because there's no vertical shift. Up 3 and down 3. And now 2 pi over b again, it's the same. So 2 pi over 1 is 2 pi, but it's a negative cosine. So it's like low, mid, high, mid, low. And then mid, high, mid, low. So the next one is -2 the sine of x minus pi over 4. So this has a shift. So midline, up 2, right, our amplitude, and down 2. 2 pi over b, so our period's 2 pi, but this moves it to the right pi over 4. So if I was to put our original in here, sine would start in the middle, go down, middle, up, middle. But to the right pi over 4, that's 1 tick mark. So here, here, here. So that means it would be high. Let's see. Here. Something went off here. Oh, because I didn't go through there. Okay. And then you could keep the graph going, but it has to go to the right pi over 4. 34, we have to factor out the 2. So this is x plus pi over 2. So our midline is -1. Up 2 and down 2. So took care of that. Period is 2 pi over 2. So our period's pi. And it moves to the right pi over 2. So our normal one, cosine starts high, and it gets back at pi, right? So here's what it would be if it was a normal one, but to the right pi over 2. So pi over 2 is 2 tick marks. So here, 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 and here. And then you could keep it going from there. So the next one, after getting knocked off his boogie board, Mr. Kelly watches it float up and down on the ocean waves. The board moves 6.8 feet from its low point to its high point, returning to its low point every 7 seconds. Write an equation that gives the board's vertical position of y at time t if its lowest point is time 0. So this is t equals 0, t equals 7, and a high is 6.8. So that means the mid would have to be 3.4. So y equals, what's our amplitude, is 3.4. The sine, and starts low, so I could actually make this a cosine, right? Because it's starting low, and that would be a negative cosine. Our period is 7, so 2 pi over b equals 7 times b times b. 2 pi equals 7b. So we'd have 2 pi over 7x. And our vertical shift plus 3.4. So explain why you chose that. I chose a cosine because it started low. And number 36, you're riding a Ferris wheel. So here's our equation. The ride lasts for 150 seconds. Okay, so the period, 2 pi over b. So 2 pi over 30. So 2 pi times 30 over pi. So period is 60 seconds. So what does that represent? A full rotation. What is the frequency? Would be 1 over 60. So that's how far it travels in 1 second. Okay, the maximum height, well, let's see, our midline 63. We go up 55, so 63 plus 55, 118. Our low, minus 55, would be 8. So 118 and 8. How many circles will it make during the ride? Well, that would be 150 divided by 60, so about 2.5. How high are you when the ride begins? So that's at times t equals 0. So 55 plus the sine, pi over 30 times 0 minus 10 plus 63. And again, you'd have to plug that in to solve. And then our next one, when it stops, one does 150. Well, that's our height. So sorry, that would be time equals 150. So you're plugging in that. 150 minus 10, whoops, plus 63. All right, and then here's some data to follow. So estimate the period and frequency. So let's see, this looks like this is a high. Here's a low, high, low. So from high to high, it's about 4. So our frequency is 1/4. So let's see, our high, 240 is about 250. Our low is about negative 350. So the vertical shift in the middle, 250 minus 350 divided by 2. So about negative 50. And the next it asks for trying the amplitude. So what could we estimate our amplitude to be? Well, 50 to 250, so about 300. And let's model this. So we need our b value. 2 pi over b equals 4. So 2 pi equals 4b. So b equals pi over 2. So it's going to start with our amplitude of 300. And let's see, if I want to do a sine, where would it be in the middle? Would be right here. That would work because that's middle going high. This is middle going low. Or you could do right here. This is middle high. So I don't have to have a shift. So the sine of pi over 2x plus or minus 50. And then you could pipe it in a calculator and make sure you get the same thing.